All right, Nick, how about someone in that 7 or 8K range? If someone that stands out to me, Drew Holiday for 7,600, he's scored 43 DK fantasy points in 4 straight games.
Yeah, Holiday's the guy at the top of my list as well. 7,600 is a really good price for a guy who is north of 8K just a couple of weeks ago. So 15 assists from Holiday in game 2. A lot of those, of course, went to Pat Connaughton or Bryn Forbes, who were just splashing threes from all over the court. That's not really sustainable. But you look back to game 1, 20 points, 11 assists, 3 rebounds. He should continue to play a ton of minutes. He was north of 40 in game 1. Obviously, historically, Coach Budenholzer has struggled to extend his stars minutes, but it kind of feels like there's a mandate this year that these guys have to play more minutes. We don't want to see Pat Connaughton for 29 minutes in a meaningful playoff game. So Drew Holiday is going to play a ton tonight in a game that should be a lot closer than what we saw in game 2. The other guy who stands out as a value to me in this range is Michael Porter Jr. at 7,100. Another guy who's kind of woefully underpriced relative to where he's been for a lot of this season. Feels like he's due for a big game. He's played okay through these first 2 games of the series, obviously helped them get the win in game 2, but he's just 4 of 16 from 3 through these first 2 games. It feels like he's due for a breakout.
And in terms of Michael Porter Jr., Denver ranks 25th in DK fantasy points allowed to wings. So he could be poised to go off. Kenny, what do you think? A guy in the mid-range?
I also really like Drew Holiday here, but I'll talk about someone different as well, to give you a few options there. I like Devin Booker, $8,100. And just simply put, the minutes that you're guaranteed here, the minutes and the usage are just tough to pass up at this price. I mean, the guy's played 43 minutes per game in this series. He played 45 and then 40. And last game, he scored just as well as he did in game 1, but they were sort of empty calories there, right? He didn't do anything else. He didn't get you assists or rebounds. I do think that that'll change just a bit here. And mainly when I'm looking at this game, I don't expect Cam Payne to take as many shots, and I also don't expect him to hit as many shots as he did in game 1. DeAndre Ayton, I do think will be challenged a little bit more down low. I loved the minutes. I can't believe I'm saying this, that Andre Drummond gave the Lakers. He gave them fantastic minutes, and I think that DeAndre Ayton's going to find it a little more challenging. He's going to continue to find it a little more challenging. And Chris Paul clearly is not himself. So I think what that does is that leaves Devin Booker as the main offensive weapon once again. And I do think that his usage will continue to stay over 34%. And for that reason, at $8,100, he doesn't have the best matchup in the world against a good defense. I do like Michael Porter Jr. I do like Drew Holiday the most. But Devin Booker could be a really good value. Could be the best value of the night.